Hello all, we're from Syndicate Group 1, class of Blemba 31A, SBMITB. On this occasion, for the course of strategic decision making and negotiation, we will present about scenario planning at a company named IDN Media. Next slide, please. So this is the list of our syndicate members, consists of 6 people. There is Mas Rehan, me, Dian, Mas Dio, Mas Eka, Mama Harani, and Pak Fajar. Next slide, please. And here's the agenda or table of contents of our presentation today. We will start with brief introduction about scenario planning and then go to the company profile before finally move to the detailed explanation about building scenario planning. Next, please. Okay, first introduction section. We've gathered here several definitions of scenario planning from 3 different sources. First is from planning.org that define scenario planning as a process to support decision-making that helps planners navigate the uncertainty of the future in the short and long term. Second is from Gartner.com that stated scenario planning is a must-use tool for functional leaders to drive immediate actions, decision, and longer terms. And last is from wallstreet.com that says scenario planning is the prediction of the future scenarios and gauging the effect of the scenarios on the business. From this definition, we can conclude that scenario planning is a tool to create scenarios for the upcoming time to help us prepare ourselves to be better equipped for any uncertainties in the future. Next slide, please. Okay, now we're talking about the objectives. Since scenario planning provides us with several scenarios or multiple futures, it could help us coping with uncertainty, assist a business to be responsive, resilient, and effective, and also eliminate the 2 most common errors, i.e. overprediction and underprediction. That could happen if we project only one future. There are 3 types of scenario planning. First is what we call adaptive type, with the process to learn about and make futures explicit to best adapt and thrive in those futures. And then there's transformative type that learn about and make futures explicit to transform the situation to influence what could happen in the future. Last but not least is the strategic reframing type that learn about and make futures explicit to reframe and perceive present situation with views regarding futures, allow intervention in its strategic choices. Next slide, please. Here is the workflow process of scenario planning. We started by defining the users and then define the key focal issue, and together they're classified as orientation phase. Next, determining what are the driving forces by using business environment analysis, and then plot that driving forces to the critical uncertainties graph. And these are exploration phase. Then we choose the top 2 critical uncertainties and then use those to create scenarios. Next, we must determine what is the implication and option for our business for each scenario, and also decide the early warning signals, and this is the consequences and option phase, before finally integrate it to our management processes and use them. Next section will be presented by my colleague, Mas Rehan.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Dian. So for our company, we decide that we choose IDN Media. Next. IDN Media is one of the digital media in Indonesia. IDN Media has been running since 2014 and until now has delivered news and entertainment to their target audience, which is millennials and Gen Z. Next. So IDN Media goal is that they want to be the one-stop platform for millennials and Gen Z. And by statistic data stated that IDN Media has 80 million monthly active users, or we can say that the readers across IDN Media platforms. Next. Okay, so in these slides explains that IDN Media ecosystems. IDN Media has several publishers which with different interests. With this, IDN Media can engage audience with many interests and hobby, such as IDN Times focusing on news and entertainments, Popbilla.com focusing on fashion and beauty, Popmama parenting, and Duniaku is focusing on anime and hobby or fanboy, something like that. Next. Okay, so for the very first product that IDN Media produce is IDN Times. IDN Times is digital website providing news about politics, economics, etc., focusing for millennials and Gen Z, because I didn't think that they need to give some educational and updates for young or future leaders, which is millennials and Gen Z. The data stated that our monthly active users is more than 51 millions, and the demography says that the female is more than male, says that 56% is for female and male is 44%. Next. Also, these are ID Media signature programs that we offer to our readers other than just news, some entertainment, talk shows, video about hot issues, and many more. Also, besides an online or a video that we offer to our readers, also ID Media has been very active to conduct offline event that give impact to our future leaders, such as Indonesia Millennial Summits and Writers Festival. Okay, thank you very much. From next will be presented by my colleague, Mbak Dian.
Okay, thank you, Mas Rehan. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now we're going to deep dive into the building scenario planning phases. Phase 1 is orientation. The user of this scenario planning would be IDN Media as a whole organization. And the outcome of this process is to define the key focal issue that would be the anchor or the key question that we are seeking the answer to, that would be a lead to develop the next phases. So the prospect of global entertainment and media industry is poised for a strong growth in the next few years, with compound annual growth rate around 4.6%. But this growth is still accompanied by the presence of several challenges. Number one is about the geographic disparities. Despite a high internet penetration in Indonesia, the problem lies on the internet speed, especially outside of Java Island. Internet-based media company like IDN still has some homework to increase their penetration outside of Java population. Next is about new tools and or technology advancement, like augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, data analytics, or even metaverse. With the fast development of technology enhancement, there will be certainly new business models emerge that could compete with IDN. The highlight is how to leverage those technologies to help IDN's business become stronger. Third is about consumers' demand ultra-personalized content. As mentioned before, IDN Media target consumers are millennials and Gen Z. Many research and surveys stated that these generations are all about ultra-personalized. They want the contents provided for them to follow their preferences. And the technology like AI and data analytics could serve IDN the purpose. Next is about fierce competition from social media channels. Recently, young generation tend to search for information via social media like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. This will be a serious threat for all media companies if they don't act as soon as possible. And then fifth, IDN Media news platforms still rely heavily on advertising as the revenue generator. So it would be wise to start as early as possible to search for another revenue source. Last is the recent topic about the future cookieless world. Google, as the biggest search engine company, recently announced that the third-party cookies will be expired in 2023. There are two implications to IDN business. First, it will be difficult for IDN to identify their markets or users and how their preferences are. Second, the same thing happens to the marketeers that will also have a hard time to do advertising. And since IDN platform also has advertising as their main income, it will create a problem for them too. By all of this explanation, we arrive at the key focal issue, which is how IDN Media transform itself to stay relevant with future trends while sustaining its profitability. And then next phase will be presented by my colleague Asfajar. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Dian, for the explanation. Now I will continue with the next step. I will try to explain about the exploration part. So on the exploration part, we will define on the IDN Media in 2035, hashtag democratize information. we divide into 3 categories. First one is organization environment and transactional environment, and the last one is contextual environment. For each part, we have identified several significant issues that can be considered or fall under in this each category. So let's discuss first on the organization environment. On this category, we identified and discussed about how Indonesia's media industry can impact it and expected to grow exponentially in the long run. This has been considered as well by the CEO and founder of IDN Media, that this factor or category has been significant concern and focus on how they will exponentially grow the business in the media and other part. Second one, we also identified that on the media industry, it's showing for the last few years, it's showing the trend on the high growth of gross profit for the media industry. And this will impact it as well on the growing of the IDN Media group business. The third one, we also identified about how the advertising has playing the biggest role in terms of providing the revenue for the IDN Media, because they put the advertising on each of the content for the IDN Media content, and then they will earn revenue for that advertising from their client or their partners. And this digital media is also growing up to 25%. The fourth one, the IDN Media gain additional investment from foreign investor, and this is also important because in the mid or long term, the foreign investment also support or help the IDN Media in growing their business and also to produce other contents to satisfy the needs of the users. Now let's move to the transactional environment. The first part of the transactional environment is about how social media user behavior impacting the users or readers that using the IDN Media applications. They may decrease following the increasing numbers of social media user behavior. And this will impact to the IDN Media revenue as well from social media. So it's in contrary. The higher the behavior on social media users, it will impacting the lowing the lesser the users for the IDN Media. Second one is about brands, which means these brands is contributing in advertising or in the content of this IDN Media. There are several key players in brands such as smartphones, fast-moving consumer goods, telco industry, automotive, and also the beauty industry. Not necessarily only these 5 industry, but also other potential industry also contributing as their brands in IDN Media. The next part is community. We also learned that IDN Media built quite strong relationship with some of communities, which is the significant one is writers community. This writers community helps IDN to create articles which relevant to the Gen Z or the youngsters as the main target audience for IDN Media. And also, we also identified the content creators. Content creators also contributing the content for IDN Media, especially those on social media who has the influencers on social media. The number of followers and also how many shares and comments or likes from the influencer also impacting the growth of the IDN Media, especially on this part, on this content creator part. The last part of the transactional environment is on IDN programmatic OOH. Now, I will explain the OOH. The programmatic OOH is like if you saw any vehicles on the street, which has the advertisement tools on top of them, That's what we call as the OOH. This is actually one of the most potential promotional tools for IDN, but unfortunately, currently quite underutilization or impacting zero revenue. Most probably because of the pandemic issues for the past 2.5 years. So that also impacting to the decreased number of revenue from the programmatic OOH. Okay, now let's move on to the last part, or the contextual environment. It has 5 different content. The first one is regulation. Regulation means that any regulation that has been issued by the Indonesian government, especially from the Ministry of Communication and Information, that will be impacting the business of the IDN media, especially on the way they provide the information, the content, the anti-hoax issues, and so on. And this will bring another level of the quality of news that has been provided by IDN Media and also from the Dewan Pers Indonesia. So now we can continue to the part where we define or we classify the exploration into the picture of circles. This is exploration circles or the business environment as a driving force. There are 3 circles. Start from the inner part. The first part is organization. The second part is transactional, and then the outer part is contextual environment. On the organization, we put the media industry growth, the high growth gross profit, advertising industry, and the foreign investor. On the transactional, we put 5 different areas, which are active users or readers, the brands, community, content creator, and IDN programmatic OOH. On the contextual part, we put another 5 different factors, which are regulation from the government, the social media-based news, the technology, content, and political issues. Now, after we classify these 3 categories, we can continue with the mapping of the exploration. This mapping consists of also 3 parts. So those 3 circles now represented by 3 different shapes. The first part on the organization represented by the blue or the navy squares. So the number 1 is media industry growth on the lower part, but they have a quite high impact to the user's business performance. Another aspect that having high impact to IDN is the advertising dependency and also the high growth of gross profits. On the middle part, we have the yellow shapes, which are the number 5. Number 5 is active users or readers. Also, the number 8 is content creator, and number 6 is brands. These are particularly having the medium uncertainty in terms of the impact to the IDN Media, but we believe that they have a quite also high impact to the business. While on the uncertainty of the outcome, they have a middle size of the uncertainties. We can see also there are parts of quite middle impact to IDN, which is number 7 and number 9. Number 7 is community, and number 9 is IDN programmatic OOH. While on the higher part of uncertainty of the outcome, we have 5 different areas, but the highest impact on the ID media is number 13. Number 13 is about content, followed by number 11, which is the social media based news. Number 10 and number 12, I think quite sharing quite medium impact of the users or IDN, but significantly number 10 or the government regulation have the highest uncertainty of the outcome, because IDN media cannot have control to the government regulations. While number 14, the political issues have quite high uncertainty of the outcome, but quite low impact to the IDN business. Now we continue with the scenarios creation, which will be explained by my colleague, Mbak Dian.
Okay, thank you, Pak Fajar. Next phase is about scenarios creation. We got the top 2 critical uncertainties from previous step explained by Pak Fajar, which are number 11, social media news growth, and number 13, about the content diversification. We then plotted them to the x-axis and y-axis. The x would be the content diversification, and the y would be social media news growth. From this, we generated 4 scenarios. First is what we called under pressure. This is the most difficult situation. First, fierce competition from social media-based news coupled with difficulty to produce diverse content will decrease the users, therefore could jeopardize the sustainability of the business. And then second is what we call challenging. The situation here is tricky because despite the positive force from the ability to diversify contents, the resistance comes from the high growth of social media-based news. The business will still be able to grow, but exceptionally created and quality contents are highly necessary. And then third is what we call business as usual. The situation with homogeneous content that revolves around news only and low competition from social media-based news results in business as usual, where the business will experience growth, but not rapidly. And finally, the last one is what we call favorable environment. This is the perfect condition. With the ability to produce diverse content outside news and supported by the low growth of social media-based news, the business will get a favorable environment to be able to grow both in terms of number of users and profitability. But heavy investment is needed to diversify the contents. Next phase will be presented by my colleague, Mas Dio. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mbak Dian. I will continue to discuss about the scenario narrative. Next slide, please. Yeah. For this slide, we will see what other big news company write about the IDN in 2035, and grouping their statement into 4 categories. The first one comes from Kompas. They write the teenager use the social media to read the news or find the information because it is fast and easy to use compared to online media news application. We categorize it as the under pressure. Under pressure happen when the content is homogeneous and social media news growth high. The second one comes from the CNBC. They write about IDN, the emergence of the online news media is booming now. This online media provide information not only about the certain news, but also giving the other service like providing the advice for any problem that user asks. This we categorize this as the challenging one for the IDN business. The third one comes from Tempo. IDN Media maintain the position as the market leader for the media news. The government collaborate with IDN Media to channel government's policy to all people within Indonesia. This one we categorize as business as usual when the content is homogeneous and the social media news growth is low. And the last one comes from the Jakarta Post. IDN Media become the only news online media that provide many content to cater all the information needs by the society in all group ages. This categorize, we call it favorable environment. This happen when the content diverse and the social media news growth is low. The next one we will discuss about the consequence and option. The consequence and option for the under pressure. The under pressure categories happen when the social media news growth high but the content is homogeneous, not diversification. This will be impacting the IDN because the homogeneous content will be segmented only only for the niche user. This categorize will make the IDN grow if any news content gets spike interest as when the 2025 when the presidential election or any major news. But and for my team, the option for this categories is we can promote IDN as the only reliable resources. Because as we see the social media news growth is high, many user can do the news even if the hoax news or the fake. So the IDN can be the only resource or the reliable resource that only provide fact, not the hoax. The second categorize is the challenging. This happen also when the social media news growth higher and the content diversification. The IDN will be compete with the more broader competitor because as I said earlier that social media news will also get the higher growth. This scenario will be decreasing the monthly active user for the IDN because all the user shift from the IDN to the social media. The option that IDN do for when this happen is they must utilize all the social media platform to be compete with all, the social media news platform. The third category is the business as usual. This happen when the content is homogeneous, but the social media news is low for their growth. The implication is the stagnation for the IDN news because as we can see the social media not impacting the IDN, but the day content is only for the news. They also makes the IDN have the limited source of the income and potentially also decreasing a youth user because youth user maybe get bored if the IDN only provided news. So we recommended that IDN must maximizing the utilization of their existing website and application to cater existing user and maybe grab some new user for their news content. And the last one is when the favorable option. This implication happen when the content diversification and the social media news growth is low. Due to the content diversification, the IDN must need more resource and high maintenance to resource all the content they provided because they only they provided not only news but also in the various categories. we recommended that to do these categories, the IDN must do the different offline event organizing, such as the music event or movie festival event, to get the exposure, more exposure. And they also can expand the target market outside millennial, Gen Z, or any existing user for the IDN news. Okay, that's all for the consequence and option. The next slide will be presented by my colleague, Mbak Maharani.
Thank you, Mas Tio, for the explanation for the consequences and option. So, Mas Fajar, please next to the. Okay, now we will explain about the early warning signal for the IDN regarding the business issue or the situation that will possibly come up in the future. First of all, I will explain in the business as usual, or is it we can say the comfort zone for the IDN media, where the monthly active user only stagnant at the 51 million. And in here we can see the IDN is still the leader for the media news for millennial and Gen Z, with the gap around 10% with the second competitor. Like as we can see, the competitors are consist with the Tirto and the Kumparan. When the gap still 10%, it means that the possibility for the competitor to replace the position of IDN as the market leader will be slowly impossible. And then the next signal will be the stagnant or slightly industrial growth from 0 to 2%. We think that because there is no pressure coming from the social media competitor, or there is no content diversification for the news, we believe that the competitor will be reject or refuse to enter this new market. And then when the profits almost similar year on year or tend to decrease because there is no transformation or value added content in digital news made by the IDN. And then there is no change regulation for social media news coming from the government. So we can see this is the comfort zone for the IDN media when they are in the scenario as business as usual. And then move to the under pressure scenario. Well, in here we can see how the monthly active user plummet to 25 million. So this is the really very a big signal for the IDN to do something with their business. And then there is an implication that in IDN is no longer leader for the media news for millennials and Gen Z, with a gap around only 2% with the following competitors. It means that there is a possibility from the Kumparan or Tito or the other emerged competitor will be replaced the IDN as the leader in the media news for the millennials and Gen Z. And then the industrial growth increased to 10%. Why we put the 10% of the industrial growth? Because we think when there is when IDN cannot diversify their content, and then there is a high social media growth coming from the market, we can see that this market is attract to another competitor to enter this market. So because of that, the 10% will be show that this market or industry is really promising and lucrative to the competitor, so they want to enter this market. And then the profit is diminished, even suffer from the loss, because IDN is led to do significant transformation or content to the user, so the user will be moved to another competitor. And then the regulation for the social media news is tighter than the usual, so the IDN cannot provide something news or the or information without verify whether this news is reliable or not. And then move to the challenging, where the social media news growth is high and the content diversification is so various to the user, with the monthly active user drop to 30 million, as the explanation before how this industry is really attract to the competitor to enter because the lucrative possibility that's shown by the competitor. So in here we can see also IDN is not the leader again for the media for millennials and Gen Z, and the profit tend to decrease. And then we see that there is a various new player coming to the this industrial or the news industrial. And then how we can predict there is a change of behavior in the society regarding the news. Like for example, like in the next time, people tend to find or read news or gather the information from the another social media, for example, like Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, are easily to be used by the user. And then so it will impact to the IDN if they cannot make something or a good transformation regarding the content of the of this IDN application or website, they will be left behind by the society. And then the lack of regulation in social media news also attract the competitor to enter this market. And then the last part is the favorable environment scenario, which is the possible scenario that could be entered by the IDN, so they can increase the profit because the industry will grow only 0 to 10%, or we can see, or we can understand it as the remaining the same, or only the inflation in the inflation rate. So when we can see the IDN already aware that they have to, do some transformation regarding the fair content that they will be provide to the society. So they believe that the monthly active user will be increased gradually from 51 million to maybe like 1,000 million or 1 billion in the next time. And then we can see the favorable environment will be achieved when the regulation remain the same with the current conditions. So the IDN only focus about how they create something value added or various content to the user. That's the explanation about early warning signal. And then the integration will be presented by the Mas Eka.
All right, let's continue with the integration phase. Please move to the next slide. All right, so based on the two axes that we divided into, one of the content diversification goes to the right is a diverse one, and the left one is the homogeneous, and based on the social media news growth, high and low. We divide into the integration based on 4 metrics. The first one is the business as usual, whereas there's no changes in social media user behavior, and then no significant improvement on the technology itself. So IDN will manage the status quo. And the next, first we move to the under pressure one. First one, IDN need to focus only on specific news segmentation and move to strict regulation on privacy and fake news. And the third phase is the challenging scenario one. First one, we go with the collaboration across the social media platform, bringing a trustworthy news to the users. And this is where the excitement part, enabling users to provide and share news content for IDN through an integrated tool across social media platforms. So we can make a collaboration with other social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and whatsoever in the future. And the most favorable scenario for the IDN is, the first one is IDN leads the reliable social media based news platform innovation with multiple untapped approach interlinking news source, entertainment, and commerce. Second one, integration from all those IDN subsidiaries which mentioned before, under one IDN super app. And the last one is between users and business owner, they use IDN super app as a augmented reality platform. So that was the explanation from our syndicate regarding the IDN media scenario planning. Like Tony said, you must predict the future and you must learn to act deliberately to control your destiny. Thank you very much. We'll see you in another session.